Hello, hope you can see me. I'm sat here at sunset and I know the picture's looking quite grainy. Listen to the birds. Feel the peace in the Libra part of the zodiac in Glastonbury. Equinox blessings to you. And I just thought it would be appropriate to do this as the sun sets because in the traditional zodiac, this is Libra in the 7th house, and it's where the sun is setting relationships, how we relate to each other, because of how we relate to ourselves, because of how others have related to us and our ancestors. So I'm just burning some incense as well. As always, from Star Child. I've just been joined by little Robin in the twilight. The energy here is just so amazing. I can't begin to tell you just how beautifully soft it feels, how peaceful, how joyous. So if you haven't checked out Star Child, they have incense available online. I know people who come to Glastonbury will be very aware of it. And in there, I've got some Abramelin and some Venus and some Libra as well. So always a beautiful, beautiful day today because it marks the day when Persephone goes down into the underworld. And although it's the equinox, we're actually in the sun degree of 29 degrees of Virgo right now. And so we're wrapping things up very much. It's the anoretic degree. It's very significant for me. I've got Venus in Virgo at 29 degrees. If you've got 29 degrees anywhere in your chart, it's very significant for you as well. It's what's coming to a completion. What are we mastering around purification, around the conditioned mindset? And as we go down into the underworld now, we shed our clothes. So there's lots of different metaphors, lots of different stories around this. Persephone being one of them. The descent of the female, the young female going down underground, shedding her identity so that she stands naked, ready to be transformed. So we begin this 6-month journey now, and it's really, really powerful. I really feel it. Lots happening as well around coming into balance on the planet, and of course Libra, the scales, weighing the heart ceremony, coming into peace, coming into joy, balancing the masculine and feminine within. And we have gone into red electric moon as well. So we're in the alchemy moon. So we're really working to create balance, first and foremost, for ourselves at this time. So the moon is in Aries. I'm just going to bring that up. Just reminds me this of when I first came to Glastonbury at Halloween for a family holiday before I moved here. It's just that how different it feels, the energy as we're in autumn. Although it's been a really nice sunny day today, it's been really lovely. So Aries at 20 degrees, an empty courtyard, nothing is left, reality is scattered, self-obliterated, the familiar rendered irrelevant, apocalyptic physical changes, personal and collective take over. No being, only action. You become a projectile of intent, literally identify with what you can do now. A barren wasteland of an inner world, a thrust outside, stark and surreal. You feel compelled to dare, pushed over the edge, no going back, destiny as frenzy. And in this wild, volatile mix, creative forces are released that would never come out any other way, yielding to the role of the purging and cleansing agent of changes you are unable to wriggle out of anything ever again. So that's just such a fabulous card, isn't it? It's just perfect for now. And I have also got the Oracle card today, which is the Yellow Sun. And of course, we began a new 20-day cycle yesterday. So we're here. It's looking so grainy. I hope it turns out okay. Lots of sparkly bits. Okay, so yesterday we were here, Red Galactic Dragon, and we're on the second 20-day cycle. So the day before, we left Yellow Sun, which was also a portal. So again, what was happening for you then? That was on the 20th of September. What was bringing light to your shadow story then? And yesterday, the 21st of September, we began this new cycle of integrating Red Dragon. Red Dragon was the initiating 13 days that began on the 1st of September to the 13th of September, which is convenient how they come together at this time, the same dates as a Gregorian calendar. Let's see, reckoning. So we're going to integrate the first 20 days, basically. And very specifically on a micro, because we're on the 29th degree of Virgo, very pedantic, very nitpicky. We are going to focus on the first 13 days, what came into our awakening, our awareness around our survival issues, our mother issues, and our delusions and our illusions. And now we're in a refinement phase of White Wizard, which is the planetary energy 13-year cycle that we're in now, which was also back in 1967, if you were on the planet then. And because we're on year 3 of it, we're doing a replay of 1969. So for me, I was 4 then, going to school, and how that changed my world and did create a lot of disempowerment events for me. Most people have a first day at school story. What was yours? Just notice how school felt for you at that time. So we've got on the grey square again, the black square, which is a portal day today. So again, accessing Akashic record. What have you been doing today? And because we have been going through a 20-day cycle, so the first time we went around this is how it happens every 20 days. You get to revisit the Mayan sign again in a slightly different theme. So we had the new learning coming in on the 2nd of September, and now we're going through the gateway of that because we're on White Solar Wind Day. And it's a very significant day for me because it's one of my burner days. So you have a Mayan sign and you have 3 other castles that go with that: red, white, blue, and yellow. So in the next 65 days, I'll actually have my Mayan sign, and that will be in November. I was looking that up today so that I can work with a conscious awareness now of what needs refining around how I do my spiritual journey, my empowerment issues. And it's been a really magical day for me today. It's been a day of getting a lot of things done. Very, very busy at the moment. So creating a conscious dream, very much so. And tomorrow we're going to go into that energy of the conscious dream. So the soft card that we have today is, light's distorting that, Six of Cups, pleasure. And I drew two cards today actually. Got the Ace of Swords. So I've got a lot of aces at the moment. So we're beginning a new thought process. That's the key. As we go into this Libra energy now, this week, this is really essential as to what we need to let go of to come into balance and keep that vision for ourselves over this next 20 days. So remember, once we go into Libra, this is the 7th house of relationship. This is about the other. This is how we do we. So the Aries, which is the opposite of Libra, is how I do my story. And now we're going to be discovering just how in our center we are as to what's going on around us over the next few days, especially. And really focusing on what we want to create as a conscious dreamer. So tomorrow, as I say, will be blue planetary night. And this happens to be the Mayan sign of somebody that I met in 2017. So again, tuning into what message they brought for me at that time. It was really a revelation, I have to say, around what interests they had and what books they had. And yeah, I've just done a retreat at the spring equinox, and they were an Aries as well. My partner is an Aries, and my son is an Aries, and Aries brings amazing new beginnings for me. This year has been, again, very challenging. We've gone into a deeper phase of what initiated the year before. And it's seeing how we're able to stay in our center, able to keep on track, on purpose, our soul purpose, our soul mission. That's the most important thing that we're here for. And without sounding flippant, because I don't intend that at all, but this is a game of thrones that we're in, absolutely, at the moment. This is about our sovereignty. It's about what it's bringing up for us around our past story and how we can hold our head whilst others are losing theirs. So the Ace of Swords is really about initiating this focus on ourselves, being able to keep moving forward one day at a time, one step at a time, creating harmony through healing the harm, coming into balancing that goddess energy, that sacred feminine energy now. So over the next 18 days, 17, I suppose you could say now, as we're coming to the end of this one, depending on where you are, really focus on this energy around how do I let go of my survival issues? How do I believe in myself? How do I know myself? And how do I come into balance with giving and receiving pleasure? I've been going through a huge process of letting go of lots of things I've had over the years. And today I've just been looking at my old reflexology case study and manual. I learned this back in 2007, 2008, and just reading through that and all the dreams that I had then about what I wanted to do with it. And it was such a lovely time. And of course, getting lots of holistic therapy as well was absolutely wonderful, really fantastic. And that really shifted me around being able to receive and looking after myself, nurturing myself a lot more. And how I just felt that amazing shift around self care. So, for women, this is especially important, especially if you're a caregiver, if you're a parent as well. It's really starting to rewire our mindset around that. So, I'm just going to share the Six of Cups. And again, huge amount of info on there that you can check out with the link. Emotional pleasure in a period of 6 weeks or 6 months of giving to and receiving pleasure from others. A period of innocence and taking great pleasure in one's childlike qualities. They may be experiencing an orgasmic rush of feelings, a wave of ecstasy, that even sad feelings being actively expressed feels good in release. Sweet memories of the past, past efforts bring present rewards. The beginning of a wish, happiness, success, and enjoyment. Commencement of gain in a steady increase of pleasure, but a commencement only. Sexual pleasure is also depicted here. Amiable and patient emotions will also be experienced. And this could be experienced with Scorpio people in your life. So this is a really deep spiritual connection. Tantra. Deep understanding of spirit. And so on and so forth. I'll let you check that out for yourself. So as you can see, it's getting really dark here now. And it's getting cooler. It feels so peaceful, so lovely. I've worked with many, many people, many women especially, over many years. And just to go through those notes and reflect back on why these women were coming to see me for mind, body, and spirit healing. And when we can't receive because we've had trauma, we've had emotional issues, physical issues sometimes, we've experienced something that's created a lot of fear for us. Unless we heal that, we can block receiving abundance. We can block allowing ourselves to be touched on all levels. And I know when I was doing my training with massage, there were some people that as soon as you put your hands onto them with gentle, loving touch, that they just started to cry. And many people said to me, I've never been touched unconditionally, with no agenda, with just for the purpose of giving me joy. There's so many poor people in this world, myself included, who have had years of searching for other people who are sensitive, who are open, who are different, let's put it that way, to many other people, who are connecting to spirit in a different way than the majority. And to find others at this time who are on the same path, who have the same understanding, is such a joy and a blessing. So sending lots of love to you all, wherever you are in the world, whatever's happening for you right now. Keep the faith in yourself. That's the most important thing. That's all we've ever got to do, is focus on ourselves, on healing our past story, and remembering that we came here, we chose to come here at this time to create personal transformation, to come into balance for ourselves, and in doing so, to change the world. So lots of love for you and to you, and I hope you have an amazing time over this Persephone journey. She'll be emerging in spring. The more that we do to work within on our own personal North Node story, the more that we will see that shift when we go out into the world. We'll change that narrative. Remember, that's what this 260-day cycle is all about, is changing the inside and the outside changes. Bye for now.